Yo, 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 yo. What is good? What is good? Hold on. Get myself together today, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. What is good? What is good? What is good? Let me get myself together, y'all. It's Friday. It's the 18th. It's the 18th, right? Yeah, it's the 18th. It's the 18th. What is good? DeVito, what's good, man? What is good? What is good? Let me get myself together real quick, y'all. We'll have a little discussion here. Man. Hold on, let me get this together. Yeah, here we go. That's what I need to see right there. What's good, y'all? What's good? Pretty Girl Rain, Ducky, DeVito, Lit Up 7. What's good? Lit Up, you did your thing, boy. You got your stuff together. Low Frequency. Yes, the Beat Guy, what it do? Silver Duck, Cold Heat, Sly Dangerfield. What's good, man? Anthony Jones. All right. Well. My girl says I'm handsome as well. Jay Britton, what's good? Brent Bishop, what's good? What's good? We got a few of the congregation in here right now. And, man, I want to just kind of talk to you guys today about something that was very that was kind of like going around, and that was the whole thing with Pro Tools and Avid. And I've seen a few videos about people talking about the sale of Avid and what's going to go on with Pro Tools and, you know, all that good stuff. You know, sometimes it's one of those situations where you don't really know where it's going to really you don't really know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know what's going to happen, but we're going to talk about it a little bit. We're going to talk about a few other topics as well, but the main thing we'll focus on is about Pro Tools today, and I want to talk about that with y'all on live rather than doing like a full video because I feel like I connect with you guys a little bit better on live. You know what I'm saying? Did I see the updates to FL Studio? Of course I did. Of course. Something big is really happening in a few more months. So something really big is going to be happening, but I don't know nothing about that. So y'all just got to stay tuned to what FL has to offer, really, to tell you the truth. If you guys see any ads, of course, you know, ads are going to run through here. So, you know, that's the new thing. We got to have some ads on here to support these channels, man, because, you know, people got to make the coins as best as we can, even though they're nothing but coins on here. It's not that much, but we're going to you know, we're going to try to, you know, get as much as we can on here. You know what I'm saying? YouTube just ain't YouTubing like that. It just ain't YouTubing like that. But first things first, we got to do is we got to knock out some of the affiliates that I have on the site. And y'all pretty much know this. If y'all watch my videos, y'all know about the affiliates. And if y'all know the affiliates, go ahead and write down their names in the comment section on the 3 affiliates that I talk about the most. If y'all know them, if y'all are really a part of the congregation, you should know this because I pretty much say this on all of my videos. And I want to just have some fun today with that because I know y'all be getting on me like, oh, Bolo, he just talks about his affiliates all the time. Hey, man, you know, these guys, you know, I don't get paid from them, but every time y'all, you know, get something from them, I get, you know, a small percentage. It's not that much, but it does, you know, keep me motivated to, you know, help out the companies and help out companies that I actually like. You know what I'm saying? I have to actually like the company. I'm not going to do everything. Trust me. I've got a lot of stuff sent my way. And one thing that I do not like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. One thing, y'all know it. y'all know me. Of course. So y'all got me. Okay. Y'all know me. Jeez Louise. Y'all know me. Hold on, man. I actually got to fix a link down in here real quick. Hold on. Oh, man. That's bad. But it's good too. It's good. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so the affiliates are, of course, me. Get my drum kits. My drum kits actually are very dope. And of course, a lot of you guys got my drum kits. Y'all used them. Y'all use them in the beat reviews. Some people use them in songs that are getting placed right now. So that's actually kind of dope. They're royalty free drum samples and everything, and they sound great. And I think everybody for, copping the drum kits, if you guys want to get them, the link is in the description. Of course, you can go to Zounds.com. Zounds.com. Yeah, that's my people over there. They have a whole bunch of stuff on the site with no credit or background check. It's not everything, but they have a whole bunch of stuff on the site with no credit or background check. You guys can go ahead and click the link in the description. You guys can go ahead and order some stuff right now. They'll ship it to you, and you can just pay it off over time. You just pay it off over time. They just want a credit card or a debit card. They pull it out. I think they got 4, 6, and 8 month plans. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and just pay it off like that. Go ahead and click that link in the description and check out Zounds.com. They have a pretty good inventory of stuff that you guys can check out. And last but not least, analog cases. Okay, if you guys got some equipment, you need to get it protected. Make sure you guys go ahead and click that link and head over to Analog Cases. They have the best cases. I'm telling you. Quick story. I was traveling, and I said in my last video I was traveling, had some bent cables and all that stuff like that when I bought like this cheap Amazon case. I went ahead and got an analog case for my MPC Live 2. One of the best purchases ever by getting a case through the MPC Live 2. Okay, Analog Cases is dope. They have cases for just about everything, so go ahead and check them out. Click that link in the description right now. Yeah. So, somebody said that they do credit check for 8 month plan on certain items with Zounds.com. Well, let me go back. Analog Case, if you click that link in the description, you actually save some bread too. You actually save some money. With Zounds, it's certain items that have they do a credited background check. So it's like stuff like big purchases like keyboards and stuff like that. Yeah, but like if you want like a MPC 1 Plus, if you want like something like this, like an M32 complete keyboard, or any one of the MIDI controllers you can get with no credit or background check. Pretty much everything like under like $600-700 you can get. You can actually get certain synthesizers as well. You can get the Chord Cross, I think, or the, one of those synthesizers you can get for no credit or background check as well. I'm not sure about the MPC Live 2 or nothing like that. And then, yeah, they give you, low frequency. They give you all access pass. Pretty much everything on like $1,000, $1,200. They can get you no credit or background check. But you guys go ahead and click that link in the description. Go ahead and check it out. And if you guys need some stuff, click that link in the description and go get you some stuff. All right. So let's go ahead and get to the to what we came here to talk about while I'm over here selling y'all stuff, because I know people over here be getting mad like, you just sit here and sell stuff. I don't sell nothing. I don't sell nothing. I just simply tell you guys where to go to get some equipment. And if you guys need some, it just, click my link. Help me out. You know what I'm saying? That's what the congregation is here for, is the click the link. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. What's up, Q Bolo? What's good? Yes. Will Zounds work if I live in Canada? Yes, it will. So yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about this whole thing with Pro Tools right now. Avid. It's kind of crazy because who would have known that Avid would have got bought out? I've seen the video with the good fella. What is his name? He does the studio talk. I forget his name, but he has a lot of great videos and he just talks. And what is his name? He does the studio talk. Let me try that, because I want to give people shout outs so you guys can check them out. Studio talk. Let's see. Yes, Barry Johns. Barry Johns Studio Talk. Very good videos, very informative videos. He made one just recently about Avid sold for blood money. And that was actually a good video that he talked about. And I'm just going to give my, opinion on this right now. At the end of the day, it's not just Avid. It's not just Pro Tools. It's not just this. Basically, we are living in a we're living in a capitalistic society, but basically it is a monopoly. It's a lot of companies getting bought up by a lot of these bigger shell companies, by these investment companies, and they're all being bought up, of course, for them to make money on their investments, basically. And there's a lot of companies, like, I didn't even know, to be honest with you, I didn't know, like with like Dave Smith, the sequential stuff, I didn't know that was actually owned by Focusrite. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that companies that you would never think of, they own. A lot of these companies that we really pride ourselves in purchasing. But right now, as much as a capitalistic society that we're in, this is very much becoming a monopoly. Just like our food. Our food is basically owned by like one company. You know what I'm saying? All the media is owned really by one company. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get too deep, but that's what's going on right now. And it's happening not with just this, with the music production programs and stuff like that. It's happening just music in general. Like right now, people are selling their catalogs at all-time highs. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you are right. Beats by Blackout after Dave died. You are right. But right now, people are selling their catalogs at an all-time high because these investment firms are dishing out the cash because they're looking at the long game. They're buying these companies and giving these companies and these artists and these producers, they're giving these people wild money right now because they're not looking at a 5-year thing or a 10-year thing or a 15 or 20. They're looking at a 30, 40-year thing. Thank you, Q Bolo. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for, putting something in the collection plate. I appreciate you, man. Thank you guys so much. I wasn't even really expecting anything for the collection plate. Bishop Bolo feels good. That's all right on a Friday. But like I say all the time, with music, you got to look at the long game. Like right now, I'm be totally honest with you, I got approached through my publisher about me being interested in selling some of my catalog. And I got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, I got to think about it because depending on what I can make in the future or what they're offering now, I might even be like, You know what I'm saying? I had a very big record. So, like, if they came with a number, like if say, for instance, there was a number and I just looked at the analytics of everything right now and I'd say, okay, look, I can know over the life of this record, I should make around about this. Or this would be the number that I'm looking for that will take me throughout life. I won't have to worry about anything. I won't have to worry about nothing for the next 40 or 50 years, right? And they give me a number that I like. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I might take it because you never know, man. You never know when that last day is gonna end. So yeah, I wouldn't sell my whole catalog, but I would sell a piece of it. And, if they came with the right number, I might take it. You got to consider taxes, got to consider, other stuff like that. But I would probably take the money and invest it in a whole bunch of stuff so that the taxes won't eat up too much in it. But, like my real estate portfolio and some other stuff I got my money wrapped up in. But, of course, buy equipment, you know what I'm saying? Invest into the channel as well. But, yeah, like, it's a whole bunch of companies. Like, y'all give me some companies. Thank you, Jay Ravis, for the donation. Thank you so much. Bolo, my keyboard just woke up. Man, thank you so much, the gift. Thank you. Y'all let me know some companies because I know that of course, y'all name some good parent companies that like some of these music companies got, because I can't think of that. Every time I get on here, I have all my notes and stuff on my phone, but I never have it really turned on. I just like to talk with you guys. But that's what this thing is. Like, you got these investment companies or these bigger companies that buy into these smaller companies and they're playing the long game, and that's what pretty much happened with Avid. That's why Avid is doing so much. When you start seeing companies start doing, when they start, charging for updates and stuff like that, that lets you know that, number one, either that company is not making the money that it wants, or they're looking at the future of what is going to be happening. That's why I kid you not. That's why I love hardware. You know what I'm saying? I love hardware because when you buy this hardware is yours. Okay. Thank you, Jay McLean. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Like the MPCs and all that stuff, you own this. And if you want to make new sounds in here, you can do that. You can do whatever you want to do. That's why I like hardware. When you're dealing with software, now you're dealing with licensing. You're just licensing this stuff. And I'm licensing this stuff. And you don't necessarily really own it. It's just licensed to you for life. It's somewhere saved in the air, and it belongs to you for life if you have it like that. Or you get a subscription. Like me, I actually have a subscription to Avid. I just think that it just makes more sense because instead of me buying just like how you say it? I don't forgot the word, the P word, where you basically own it. Proprietary, whatever it's called. You get that license and you basically kind of own it. You know what I'm saying? And you keep that license for a while. But you have to update it. But then it was like the update is buying the same price as what you would pay for, just getting the license for it. So, and they have deals too. So sometimes I can get the whole license for a year for like $150, $170. So on one of my computers, I got the license, and I got another computer that has the perpetual license. Thank you guys. Y'all know y'all need to help Bolo, man. I'm getting older by the day, man. My knees are starting to hurt too now. I can't play basketball like I used to. But I got to lose this little bit of weight. I gained about 15 pounds last year, man. So, it is what it is. But I get back down. I'm a lot less than I was last week. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, like, you get that license. You can hold that license forever. You can put on your iLock card or whatever, and, you do your thing. But now Pro Tools has this thing now to where basically you can get the subscription service, which I think that's kind of cool. I still have to use Pro Tools because a lot of people send me mixes in Pro Tools. So if I'm working with the artist, or sometimes my guys may send me songs to mix, I don't really have no problem mixing my homeboys' music, especially guys who got like studios and stuff. So like my guy, he might send me some music to mix, and he has his own spot, like, out of town. And sometimes when I'm in town, like if I go to LA or something like that, and I need to use a studio, we just swap out. So he'll just send me some stuff to get like some quick rough mixes because he likes how my mixes sound. I'll do that, and then when I go to LA, I can just use his studio forever. And he has a really great studio there too. But I have to keep Pro Tools. If I don't, I have to tell everybody to bounce everything down because, truthfully honest, I actually like Studio One. However, you got to pay to upgrade on that now too. You know what I'm saying? So, but I like Studio One a lot. You know what I'm saying? I like Studio One a lot. And it's cool. It does everything that Pro Tools does, and I think it does it just a tad bit better. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. But as of right now, we're kind of stuck. Bro thinks he's 60. I am working out, man. Look, Ram, I'm 43. I played football for a good part of my life until, I ain't get to the NFL. Basketball, I've been jumping. I've been very active through my 20s, my 30s, and not even my 40s, but that little bit of, I don't know if it's arthritis or what, but the other day I was running, man, it just ain't feel right. It just did not feel right at all. You know what I'm saying? Oh, also, if you guys see any ads, just hang on, man. Just hang in there. I'm not going nowhere. Y'all hang in there with me. I'm going to have a few ads in here, okay? So I'm going to let you guys know it's going to be a few ads running through here, okay? So don't leave me. Please, don't leave me. And how we got 156 people in here, we only got 34 likes. Come on now. Come on, man. Y'all let me know something. Y'all let me know something, for real. Y'all go ahead and hit that thumbs up button so we can get a few more people in here. Y'all run that thumbs up. Hit that. Take 1 second out your life. I know you don't want to waste that 1 second out your life. But go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button for me so we can get a few more likes in here. If you can. If you guys do not mind. Thank you. We got a few of them coming in. Y'all, thank you guys so much. Thank you. Yeah. And shout out to everybody who has YouTube Premium. You guys won't see any ads. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to subscribe to me or something like that, you won't see no ads either. So I'm going to set that up so you guys can do that too, since I'm on here a lot more. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Osman? What's good? What's good to all the new people coming in too? Y'all hit that like button for me, please. Y'all hit that like for me. If you see an ad, just hang in there with me. I'll be right back. Promise you ain't going to miss too much, all right? I promise you. And if you do, I will have this on replay. But for everybody who does not see the ad, like that's what's going on. Like for all you guys out there who actually uses Pro Tools, like do you guys actually use Pro Tools right now? Are you guys actual Pro Tools users, or are you guys Logic users, Studio One users, Bitwig users, Cubase, Ableton, which I've been on Ableton, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. When you enter the chat, comes right up, so it comes. Oh, okay. So like, if you know, a lot of you guys on here, okay, we got Studio One, Logic, use Pro Tools, use it. Okay, do you guys think, now I know back in the day, because I've had Pro Tools since 2005, okay? I got it since it was on the Inbox 2. I bought it with the whole little set with the Inbox 2 because I actually had I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I had a crack version at first. But it was a crack version I had on my M Audio little card. It was crazy. And it worked really good, But I ended up buying the Pro Tools with the Inbox 2, and you know, I think I got it for like $400 at the time. It only had 24 tracks at that time. And I was basically just taking my beats from my MPC, sequencing them in my MPC 2500, dumping them in there as a WAV file, and then I would just record on it like that. You know what I'm saying? Or what I would do, sometimes I would break down the beat, because most of my beats only had like 10 sounds in it. That left me with 14 sounds. I would just tell the artist, like, hey, you know, we can't do all that doubling and all that stuff. We just got to work with what we got to work with. You know what I'm saying? And there was other ways I kind of got to working around it, you know what I'm saying, with Pro Tools as well. But it was the thing back then, because, you know, everybody had like a Digio 2, Digio 3 racks. Some people had the HD system. Some people had the first Pro Tools system that was expensive as hell, that sounded actually very bad back then. But it was that standard that you had to have, and I don't know what made Pro Tools like the thing. Like, it just seemed like it all of a sudden it just became the thing to everybody had to have. You had to have Pro Tools. You like had to have Pro Tools. If you didn't have Pro Tools, it was like, man, you ain't got Pro Tools? And you were like, dang, I got New Window. New Window was way better than Pro Tools back then. Like Cubase in New Window was way better than Pro Tools. All the stuff that Pro Tools had, New Window basically had like back then, like 2004, 2005. Like way better. Like I remember when Pro Tools finally introduced clip gain. I was like, huh? You know what I'm saying? We can gain it on the clip. I'm like, we been had that on the Cubase side. You know what I'm saying? But it was crazy because even though it didn't have everything, we just pretty much had to use it. And then next you know, you got muscle memory, and it was just like, okay, well, I can't use nothing else but Pro Tools, because if you went back to something that you used to use, it didn't work. It didn't work the same. So you'll go to Pro Tools because it had a really good sound in it, of course, but so did New Windows, so did Cubase. It had a really good sound in it too. And people forget about Cakewalk. Cakewalk was not a cakewalk, but it was Cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those good programs. And it's just all of a sudden Pro Tools just came out of nowhere. It was like, because like when I was in college, I was using Reason and Cool Edit Pro. I was using Reason, and I was using the Reason Rewire with Cool Edit Pro. So I have the beat in Reason, and I would rewire that to Cool Edit Pro to where it run through a channel on there, and I would do all the recording on Cool Edit Pro. And that was one of the best setups I had. I had some great sounding mixes with that, because I could just do everything in Reason on one side and do everything in Cool Edit and then bounce it down. It was perfect. You know what I'm saying? But right now, it seems like it's so many people like right now in the comments, y'all guys are saying what you're using and everything. Like I know Ducky, I know you sticking to Logic, man. I know you got Logic sounding good. You got Logic sounding real good. Way better than I've ever had it sounding. But to be K-Walk, what you said, K-Walk like Braille. I use all type of programs. I use one program called Studio Center Pro or something like that. It was like $30. I think it had 24 tracks too. It had like its own little VSTs in it. It was like Studio Center Pro. We had it on a compact computer back in 2000. That thing was, that was brutal, but I made it work. But yeah, I used to use Cool Edit, Adobe Audition, right? Adobe Audition, that's what it was. But right now, do you guys think that Pro Tools is the go-to right now? Is Pro Tools the go-to? You know what I'm saying? Is it one of them ones that you have to have anymore? You know what I'm saying? Is it one of them ones? You know what I'm saying? Hold on real quick. Or do you think right now the Pro Tools monopoly is over and that's why they pretty much had to sell it to another company? Do you think? Do y'all guys still think that Pro Tools is what you need right now? Nah, Logic Pro. Logic Pro. Oh, my girl is calling. Hold on, y'all. My girl is calling. Hold on real quick. Hey, babe. I'm on live right now. All right, everything good? Okay. All right. Oh, man, hold on. Let me close the door. My girl coming back. You got to take them phone calls now. When the girl calls, you got to answer that phone call. I was going to text her, but I was like, had to take that call. But I think right now, I think Pro Tools is not like the thing, just me personally, okay? A lot of you guys like Logic. I do not like Logic because think about this. I made my biggest hits on, and I'm not saying I don't like it. Let me rephrase that. I love Logic because all of my biggest hits were made on Logic. Just being told, my biggest songs were made on Logic. My first big song was made on Pro Tools, but I made it on the MPC. But production-wise, I made it on, my biggest songs were produced on Logic. You know what I'm saying? I did all the Dope B stuff on there. I did Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay on Logic. I did the Taylor Girls record on Logic. I did pretty much everything on Logic till now. Recently, I've been using Studio One a lot, even when I'm producing in the box or I'm producing outside of the box. And I love FL Studio. You know what I'm saying? I love FL Studio. But for one thing, I know, Ducky, I'm watching my mouth now. You know, it's a little delayed now, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm watching my mouth now. But for some reason, when I bounce my tracks down in Logic and I bounce them down in Studio One just hits harder and it just sounds a lot better than Logic. It's like Logic is like a hit or miss. You think you got a great mix in Logic, you bounce it down, it's like, man, something don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's telling me, Bolo, you better get in that bit wig. I tried that. Yeah, I remember Acid. Yes, J Prophet. I definitely remember Acid. I definitely remember Acid. Okay, I definitely remember that. That was crazy. But like with Logic, it's like, and you know, you gotta understand, I got a good relationship with everybody over at Apple. You know, I get a lot of the stuff. I get, you know, I get a lot of stuff a little earlier so I can see what's going on with Logic and stuff like that. And I'm a Logic guy, but it's crazy how different. It's like when you export this stuff, people are saying, oh man, you export it doesn't, it all sounds the same. No, it does not, because when you're running stuff through samples and you start adding stuff to these tracks, those zeros and ones get moved around, and you're basically taking the audio and you're adding a compressor and destroying that audio to making it sounding better, if y'all kind of get what I'm saying. You're doing a lot of stuff in these, and some programs can handle it better than others. You know what I'm saying? And Logic, I used to have to do a lot to mix these records to get them sounding the way I need to sound. You know what I'm saying? In Studio One, once I got the rolling on that, it was like, oh my goodness, I see why so many people were using Studio One. You know what I'm saying? The only thing about Studio One I don't like is you can sample in it, but you have to, like Logic Sampler, when they came with that new update, where you could just swing everything into the sampler and you can cut it up and all that stuff like that, it just made things so much better. The Studio One sampler, you got to run it into like that little rack thing or whatever, like the little MPC thing they got on there, and you got to chop it up and then run it. It's too much. When in Logic, you just slap that bad boy in there, put your bars where you want it at, put your slices where you want it at, and you're done. It's just that when you export it, it does not sound that good to me. And then plus, with Logic, when you have to import sounds, say for instance, you like your drum sounds, the little side part where you can like scroll through your drums, which they just now got to where you can scroll through, use 32-bit samples in it. Like going through the media files inside of the program is horrible. Like if you want to find a snare, you got to wait for the song to stop, then go through the snares and then drag it over. They really need to fix that. You know what I'm saying? Like especially using media files inside of the program. We shouldn't have to go outside of the program. That was one of the things I talked about with Logic on desktop and with Logic on the iPad. That's one of the things I really do not like. They need to have it like a media browser or something like Studio One, like FL, where you can just go through there, drag the sound in, and you're done. Okay? Only thing I don't like about FL is when you got to make beats and patterns. Then once you get done making it beat and a pattern, then you can go ahead and put it in the mixer or in song mode. In song mode, if you want to change something up, you got to go in and make the pattern unique. You got to do all this stuff. It's too much stuff. But the drums do be banging. The drums do be banging. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. And I made some good stuff on FL as well. I made some really good records that did get placed on FL as well. So don't get me wrong. FL is cool. Ableton, I'm still kind of on it right now, but I'm back to Pro Tools. So Pro Tools was good strictly just for recording. It's some people that do make beats in Pro Tools that it sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. Pro Tools has a pretty good sound when you make beats. But just the overall sound of Pro Tools, I think it just holds plugins a little bit better. I think when you put that plugin on there, when you export it, you're exporting exactly what you hear. You know what I'm saying? First live chat, Gensonic E. Okay, good. I hope I said your name right. But thank you for coming on. But it just seems like Pro Tools, when you export that thing out of Pro Tools, things just sound great. You know what I'm saying? Like they sound how they sound. Like what your mix sounds like, even if some people, they route the mix inside of Pro Tools. They go ahead and route it to stems inside of Pro Tools, or sometimes they just export it the regular way. I don't really hear a difference. Some people route it, they bounce it inside the program and all that stuff like that, and they route it in. I don't really hear no difference like that. But one thing about Pro Tools, what you hear when you're mixing and what you bounce, it sounds exactly like that. So if your kick is a little off, it's going to sound the same way if you play it back. Unless you're not a really good mixing person. You always still got to do the card test and all that stuff like that too. But it sounds the way it's supposed to sound. Now, with Logic, it seems like I do it and it kind of sounds cool, but then you export it's like, hold on, why does it sound lower? And I do turn off the normalization, because that was one of the first things I had to figure out with Logic, because I was using FL for like 4 years straight, and I was like, I just wanted to just turn it up without using a limiter, but then they had the normalization turned on. You couldn't really turn it up that loud. But then when I learned to turn the normalization off and then I do the cut the below the 10 hertz thing and do all that stuff, it's still, man, it's still just, it just wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't that. But the thing I liked about Pro Tools is whatever you put in there is what you got out. You know what I'm saying? Now, did I like the whole thing of them going to the whole like subscription model? No. Do I like them being sold to another company? I really don't care. As long as they keep everything the same, it's all good. They already changed the name up now. It's like Pro Tools Studio now. It lets you get the Ultimate or whatever. But as long as they stay the same, it's cool. I'm going to still spend money on it because I need it. But am I going to use it? Like if I'm doing it for my own personal projects, I'm going to be doing my own mixing, I'm most likely going to be using Studio One. I'm just being honest with you guys. Studio One or Logic, because I can work those very good. But Studio One just has so much stuff, man. It's so dope. If they get that sampling thing right, Studio One will be a beast, like a beast. Okay, like a beast. But it's like Logic, like yeah. Honestly, yeah. I feel what you're saying, Ducky. I feel what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, love you too, Andre, man. Love you too, man. You know that type of love we got. It ain't like that type of love, but you know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that's the only knock that I have with Logic. And it's a lot of people that use Logic. You would think that people only use FL Studio. You would think, you know what I'm saying? Like all the young guys use FL Studio. But most of the people who have really been doing music for a while understand why Logic is so important. I used to use Reason. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I used to use Reason a lot. That was one of the first programs I produced on was Reason. And Reason 2.5, when that came out, ooh, man. I was on LimeWire like crazy. I got that I got that torrent that day. Like, hey, oh, it's out? Oh, let's get it. I had got that crack that day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Reason was that deal. It was definitely that deal. But rich people use in Jamaica, rich people use Logic. But y'all know about that crack Reason, man. That 3.0, when that came out too, it was like, that was that deal too. That 2.0 was that deal, but when that 2.5 and that 3.0 came out, ooh, that Reason was that deal. I knew how to rewire it. And just not to get off topic too much, nobody had a better Reason setup than me. Nobody had a better Reason setup than me when I was using it. My Reason setup, I'm going to tell you what my setup was real quick. So I used to have like my reverb, my delay, and some other stuff at the top. Then I have my drum rack. Then I'll do another reverb and a delay, and I'll do like another, well, of course you had the mixer and all that stuff, and I had a reverb and delay with that. Then underneath there, I had the one, I forgot which one I used to use to put the basses in there. It was the sampler. Let me know what sampler, what was that sampler called in Reason? It's like that brown, like tannish type thing. It was a sampler in Reason. I used to use my basses in that. And I used to use that green thing underneath that. And then I would add in all my other instruments in there. And I had made some nice little Reason instruments, my own little sounds and samples. But my thing was crazy. I knew how to actually, I used to hit that little tab button, and I used to go around and I used to, flick the screen over, and I had everything wired. Reason, I'm gonna tell you one thing about Reason though. If you don't know how to wire stuff up, get Reason, because you can learn how to wire stuff up. The NNXT, thank you. Yeah, the NNXT, that thing was a beast, boy. And I used to set that thing, and I used to put a little the little distortion on that thing. Ooh. I used to put it underneath there when it automatically rewire up to it. Ooh. And run that thing through the mixer. Ah, come on, man. Yeah. Yes. Come on, man. Y'all don't know. And when Rewire came out, that was the triple X of the. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah. Why was Reason so popular? Because it was because you got to think FL was out, but you could not do what you could do on FL then, what you could do on Reason at that time. Reason got better around FL got really good around 2005, 2006, but before that, Reason was that deal. Oh, the Combinator. Ooh. That Combinator was that deal. Yes. Yeah. Oh, man. Bringing back memories. Bringing back memories. And it did good, man. And Reason ran great on them computers back in the day. You remember, them computers ain't have nothing. Them processors were nothing back in the day. And it ran very good. And it had the sounds. Yes, it did have the sounds. But yeah. But right now, just get the Reason VST thing. That's the best thing to get right now. I used to love Reason like on that. You know what I'm saying? You still use the Reason Rex as mix plugins? Okay. See, Ducky, you got all the tips and tricks. You got all the tips and tricks. But yeah, like going back to it, you know, I just wish that the game wouldn't have it. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. I just wish that the game wouldn't have it. The people in the game wouldn't have accepted Pro Tools the way they did. Because I think there was a lot better programs out at that time. You know what I'm saying? And even the systems that Pro Tools had, it was cool, but you know, it could have been a lot better. And then now we're kind of like we're forced into using the Pro Tools now. And I kind of like where the game is kind of going because now everybody's kind of doing their own thing. Because I had a guy the other day, he's like, yo, you use Studio One? He's like whispering on the phone. He's like, yeah, you use Studio One? And I'm like, yeah. You like know how to use it? I'm like, yeah, I do tutorials online, bro. I thought you followed me online. We've been cool for like 15 years. He's like, oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, you do use Studio One. That's right. Bro, you ain't been watching me online. But he's like, I got this session, bro. I need you to mix it. Come on, just send it over in Studio One. He was like, oh, man, it's crazy. Because right now, it's so much easier to work in Logic Studio One like that, especially like using auxiliary tracks and stuff like that. In Pro Tools, you still have to manually like make the auxiliary tracks and then you got to send them over one by one. Like Studio One, just highlight them things, boom, send it to an aux track, send it to a bus track, send it to a VCA track, you done. It automatically makes the track for you and everything. Only thing they don't do is give you a rebate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You was pressed about the short I did? Oh, man. Come on. The fake Hassan. Thank you. Thank you for putting that name up there, man. I like that. The fake Hassan. That's better, my guy. But yeah, but you know, it's so many other programs that are better than Pro Tools right now. But I just keep it because I have to keep it. If more people sent me Logic stuff and Studio One stuff, I wouldn't even have Pro Tools right now, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't need it. And to truthfully honest, there's a lot of stuff that is coming towards my way that's in Logic and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Do you guys think y'all are going to hang around with Pro Tools for a while, or y'all guys like, I'm done with it? Are you guys going to stay with Pro Tools, or are you guys done with it? Are you going to stay with it, or are you done? Or are you guys going to say, I'm just going to keep it around just because? 'Cause I got a perpetual license, so matter of fact, I got 2 perpetual licenses, to tell you the truth. So I at least got 2 for forever, unless I want to upgrade. But I don't know. I don't really use it that much. I only use it like every once in a while, or like if I'm recording something like that. Do I get Cubase stuff? No, I don't get no Cubase stuff. They don't rock with your boy like that, so it's all good. But I think that's a pretty decent question, like trying to find out if you guys are really gonna like dibble dabble with like, you know, the whole Pro Tools thing or not, because I don't know. You really can't you can make beats in it. My guy makes his beats in his Pro Tools, but that stuff is just like, using VSTs and all that stuff like that. I cannot do that. I'd just rather just route stuff in there. But Studio One is just, man, you know, Studio One is that deal for me. You know what I'm saying? That's that deal. You could do everything in Studio One, like everything. And Studio One handles plugins and sound. Whatever you hear in Studio One is what you're going to get. Malik said, I ain't never had Studio One in my life. I mean, Pro Tools in my life. Yeah. If they raise the prices, I might leave since work is slow. Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah. And no one makes beats in Pro Tools. My homeboy actually does. I know like 2 or 3 people that make beats in Pro Tools. It's crazy. Oh, man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Cashier Media said that was it, 2010. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the Hand Arts Entertainment, like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like when you play back Logic, like you almost got to turn the bass up louder while you're mixing it. Then once it bounces, like it's crazy. It's like bouncing on the iPad. Like even Logic on iPad, all the stuff on the iPad. Even the mix sounds good in your ears while you're making it. As soon as you bounce it down, it's like, yo, what the hell just happened? I think that's the only reason why Pro Tools is still kind of like out right now is because of how good it sounds. You know, that's the only thing I can think of is just how good it sounds. You know what I'm saying? Now you got other stuff. You got what's the little Harrison? That sounds really good. You got Luna. I love Universal Audio. Y'all know I got a whole bunch of Universal Audio stuff, but I can't get into Luna. I probably opened up Luna once. I remember I went to NAMM just for the Luna stuff. I went there just hanging around, just trying to watch the Luna stuff. And I'm like, oh, man, when I get back home, I'm finna jump on Luna. And, man, I still haven't done it yet. And that was like 4 years ago. I'm watching Fab do his thing. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Luna. Nah, didn't happen. It did not happen. Bolo, quick question. Off the subject. I like off the subject questions. It's cool. Do you think the MPC 1000 has a punchy sound to drums versus the MPC 2500? My answer to that is absolutely not. They both sound the same. The 2500 and the 1000 sound exactly the same. They're built exactly the same. It's just one is bigger and one is smaller. Everything is pretty much exactly the same and just more compact. I had a 1000 before my 2500 and they actually sound the same. You know what I'm saying? They do. I've had both of them. I made beats on both of them. They sound the same. Just like the X, the Live, the One, they all sound the same. The only one that does not sound like the rest of them is the MPC Key 61. And the reason being is you got to look at the type of power that's going inside the MPC Key 61. Those other ones like the X, the Live, all that stuff, they use that smaller power cable. That MPC Key 61 uses that 3-prong cable, so it has a little bit more juice going into it, and it has a little bit different circuitry inside of it. I don't know if it's software or whatever, but that MPC Key 61 just sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Sounds really good. But I got the special edition up here because I really just like using the MPCs for what they are as sequencers and drum machines. You know what I'm saying? I was very hyped about the Key 61, but now it's like I'm cool with the MPC special edition. Very cool with it. Yeah, man. But yeah. Oh, thank you. What's this? Threes Open, whatever. I can't say your name. I don't know how to do it. I ain't gonna butcher it too bad. But so far it's like the MPCs, the 1000, 2500, they sound the same to me. They sound the same to me. You know what I'm saying? You go to the 61 if you're a player and stuff like that, and the 61 comes with all the sounds and stuff like that. But I just, after being with the 61 for so long, which I might put it back up here pretty soon, but I've just been really enjoying my beats, you know what I'm saying, using the MPC X Special Edition along with my Jupiter X, and I got the Korg Nautilus down here, which I'll probably do a video or do some beats with that at some point, you know what I'm saying? Hey, try. I would say try. Like I would tell Oh, I did not know that. Two Papa. I didn't know that. I did not know. Did you know he says that using the TRS quarter inch on the main inputs of the MPCX bypasses the pre. That's when you use the XLR. That's when the pre is enabled. Did not know that. And I use the TRS cables on everything. I use TRS cables on everything. Yeah. But I think every Pro Tools user should try Studio One or Logic. Studio One or Logic, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I think, and Cubase. Cubase is definitely up there too. But I think every MPC person should probably try that. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be cool. Like when you have that type of background in Pro Tools, and then they have it to where the quick keys and everything work like Pro Tools, like the shift tab, the transient. That's a big thing for me. Like Logic, you don't even have a shift tab to transient. It's like option shift, something like that. I forgot. I keep forgetting what it is every time. Like when I'm running my beats in, I run my beats in using the click on my MPC, so I have to cut it to that click because I don't like MIDI running my stuff in like that. And that shift tab to transient is clutch because they'll find that first transient, it's like bam, it's done. You know what I'm saying? But I think everybody should try that. Should try Studio One. Like they are doing an awesome job. Even though you do have to, if you want to upgrade, you have to pay for the upgrade. But even if you get Studio One 5, Studio One 5 is amazing. And I actually use Studio One 5 more than the Studio One 6. Reaper, I tried Reaper, didn't like it. Ableton, I've learned a lot about Ableton, but I just still cannot get into Ableton like that. I can't do it. I wanted to actually get the Ableton push, you know what I'm saying? The new push, the standalone, don't want it. I wanted to, I talked to them and everything, had a great conversation. Still might end up getting one, but I'm not just so enthusiastic about the push right now. So it ain't it. Still got Pro Tools 10. You got that crack, Tony? You got that 10.7? Or is it 10.3.7? You got that crack, man? So what order would you put them as far as the most you like? I like the MPC X's, but that Live 2, Live 2 definitely number one because it's portable and everything like that. Then I would put the MPC Key 61 and I put the X's on there. You know what I'm saying? But sound-wise, the MPC Key 61 sounds really good. To me. Me personally. For everybody like, hey, Bolo said. No, the MPC Key 61 sounds good to me personally. It might be, you know what I'm saying? It might be or might not be. I'm just saying me personally. Y'all guys get on here and be like, oh, Bolo said that the MPC keys. Yeah, I did say that. That's my damn opinion. That's my opinion. I'm allowed to say my opinions. Jeez, just like y'all guys got opinions. I don't go up in the comment section and be like, oh, your opinion sucks. No. I'm just saying what I like. That's it. For real. Tony said I did have them Waves Crack bundle, yeah, until they brought that M1 out, and it's like everybody was panicking, like, oh, should I get that new M1 or the M2? And they're like, nah, I'm just gonna stay right here. I don't feel like buying no Waves plugins. And then Waves pulled the BS they pulled. Oh man, I ain't like that. I'm still kind of like salty with Waves. I haven't really purchased anything from them like that, man. And I was actually gonna try to help, rep them a little bit too. I talked to them too, almost 2 years ago, but then they tried to do that whole subscription thing, man. That right there, man, I was not happy about that. But you got to use Waves plugins at some point. You got to use them, either those or the Fab Filter stuff. Got to use that UAD stuff, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Pro Tools, man. Do you think it's the end of it? Do you think Pro Tools is going to really fall off? Do you think people are really going to start jumping ship because of they sold out, they done, they sold the company? What is next for Pro Tools? They sold the company. You know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna do? Oh, I didn't know that to a pop. I might need to check that out though. Tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think it's over with? Or you think we just all jumping to conclusions with all this? I got another 6 months on my second license when Waze reversed the course. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Okay, Pro Tools, Pro Dogs. Okay, okay, very sick beats. Okay. I think it's good to know all these programs. It's good to know several languages. I call it languages. It's good to know multiple languages when it comes to music, especially these music programs. It's good to do that. You know what I'm saying? Navoto Babbitt, what's good, man? A lot of people jump ship. Yeah, I think a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Ableton Wars, GOAT. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think so too, Soldier P. I don't think Pro Tools is really going anywhere right now. I think a lot of people are kind of like, Pro Tools is gonna be this, that. I don't think it's really gonna go nowhere. But you know what I'm saying? But I think that some people are making videos, you know, saying that, you know, Pro Tools is over with, it's dead, it's done. But I would say watch Barry John's Studio Talk. He does some great conversations. He does some really great videos, great conversations. Y'all need to check him out. Barry Johns is cool. Older guy's been in music. You know what I'm saying? He knows his stuff. And he has some great topics. I like watching his stuff whenever he comes on because it's like he's just really talking to you. You know what I'm saying? He's just talking to you. But yeah, so y'all want to know MPC questions right now? Do you record all of your hardware straight to audio? Yeah. Yep. A lot of times I don't even save the sessions. Like if I make like a dope beat and I got 8-bar loops, I just route the loops in and I don't even save the session on my MP unless it's like late and I just need to just save it. I'll save it like that. But if I'm making beats on my MP, a lot of times I just route the audio in and keep it like that. And then sometimes what I do is say for instance if I have like a certain type of drum track already in here, I'll snatch the melodies off and then I'll make the melodies. I'll make like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different melodies in the MPC, drop those into a session, and then I'll just make beats with those melodies. Now sometimes I'll keep them in the same key so I can just swap, you know, stuff out. So yeah, I keep, you know, if you got a drum track that's kind of similar, like, you know, just add some different melodies to it. Cause some people be like, yo, I want a track like that. It's like, all right, cool. I'll just switch a few things up and I'll keep the same drum track. You know what I'm saying? And it depending on how you switch it up, the drum melodies the drum track doesn't even sound the same. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you said Pro Tools is very clunky. Oh man. Yeah. But yeah, will I ever stop using Pro Tools? I don't think so, because I know I'm gonna have to keep using it. But I'm not using as much as I used to. Let's just say that. I think it could have been better. You know what I'm saying? With like the situation, I wish everybody would just be like FL Studio and just have us free updates for life. You know what I'm saying? I think that would have been the best thing ever. But hey, it is what it is. But you know, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out. You know, make sure you guys, if you came on here late, make sure you guys go ahead and watch the whole live, man. Make sure you guys support the live. For you guys who are on here and we're conversating, thank you guys so much. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we're going to come back on here again. Also, I'm going to be doing more lives like this, so stay tuned. If y'all got anything you want to talk about, please let me know. I'm actually going to be putting something in my communities tab. So if you guys are not following me in my communities tab, make sure you guys check my communities tab on a daily. That's where you get updates and stuff like that from me. Discord as well. I'm going to start updating some more stuff on there as well. But my communities tab is like my YouTube Discord, so we can go in there and chop it up. But make sure you guys go on there. I'm going to put like, hey, what topics you want me to talk about on live so we could be a little bit more engaged on live. I actually like using live stuff a lot. But I want to have these conversations with you guys, which I'm going to have another NPC conversation very soon. But y'all just let me know. And make sure you guys share this video, let everybody know about it. We got the live beat review Tuesday night between 9 and 9:30. It just depends on what time my kids get out of football practice. So live beat review will be on Tuesday night. Make sure you guys get all the affiliates. Make sure you guys click on the affiliates. Make sure you guys, get my drums. Check out Zounds.com. Like I said before, you can get a lot of stuff on there, no credit or background check. A lot of items on the site that does that. Not everything, but a lot of items that they have no credit or background check. Just got to get a debit or credit card. And make sure you guys check out Analog Cases, okay? Check them out. And check out all the affiliates, if you can. But thank you guys so much for coming on. I will see you guys soon because I'm going to be doing a lot more lives like this. We're going to have some discussions. And, man, thank you guys for just rocking with me. Love y'all. Shout out to the congregation. And shout out to everybody who supports me because I support you guys as well. Or I try to do as much supporting as I can. So hope you guys enjoyed everything. Hope you guys learned something from it. Hope you guys have fun. And like I always say, peace out.